Hi, my name is Fiona Stang, and today we're going to talk about how to modify the vinyasa. Sometimes there's times in our practice where maybe the vinyasa is too much, or maybe we have an injury and we need to do some kind of modification. Remember that if you're finding the practice exhausting, there's a good chance that you're doing too many postures. So don't cut out vinyasas in order to do more postures. Instead, just do less postures and make sure you give yourself a good rest. Over time, you'll build up the strength, you'll build up the flexibility required for the vinyasa. But if there's other reasons you need to modify, maybe you have something going on with your wrist, or maybe you're just going through a tough time and you're finding it hard to do all the vinyasas, here are some modifications that you can use. So let's pretend we're in Janu Shirshasana A. On the fifth exhale, look all the way in to find your bandha. Inhale, unfurl the head and look up. Exhale, release, cross at the ankles. This is normally where we would inhale, lift up, and exhale, walk, hop, or jog back to our push-up. Say that hopping back isn't possible. Well, you can always step back to high plank. And one modification is just to drop your knees for your push-up. And on an exhalation, lower down with the knees dropped. I like this variation because it allows you to really work the core and your legs and put an extra emphasis on the core, as well as strengthening the shoulders as we lower. And if you're not sure what I mean by strengthening the shoulders, check out the shoulder therapy video as well. So again, you must start in high plank first, drop the knees, and then lower down. The reason you need to start in high plank is because when you're in high plank and you drop your knees, notice that it's different than the table variation where I'm stacked, shoulders are above my hands, knees above my hips. From plank, it's a longer lever. So you drop your knees, and then from there, lower down the body, chest and belly arriving at the same time. From there, point your legs. You have two options. One would be the normal upward dog pose. If that's too much, another option is the cobra pose. Just inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Notice the elbows are drawing in, the toes are pointed. If you have a wrist thing, you could do it from Sphinx and just inhale, lift from here, and exhale, lower. From there, on the exhalation, you could move back to downward dog, which is the full pose. If that's too much, one modification for downward dog is just bend your knees quite a bit. And you'll see from the side profile that when I bend my knees, I can take much more weight into my legs. So it takes and alleviates some of the weight off of the hands. If that's still not enough of a variation, there's always child's pose. Here you would hold for the duration of your 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on an inhalation, you can come forward, back to sitting. And you could literally take a few steps and just sit down and stretch out your legs in front. Now you may think, well, that's actually still not enough of a modification. What else can I do? Well, another variation. Let's pretend we're exiting. We'll go from the other side now of Janu Shirshasana. So you're here on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth exhale, look in. Shodasha, inhale, look all the way up. Exhale, release, look in. Normally, we Saptadisha, inhale, lift. Ashtadisha, jump back to our push-up, Chatwari. If you can't lift, plant your hands down. See if you can just lift your buttocks. If you can't do that either, just imagine you're lifting. Make the movement. The hands are pressing down and out. Notice the elbows aren't locked. When you lock the elbows, the shoulders jut out of place. So again, it's an inhale, lift, shoulders stay in place, arms not locked, even if nothing lifts. And from there, you could step back into the table pose. You inhale there. If you're already able to, you could exhale, lower partially, and then inhale, lift table, or dog pose. And exhale either back to down dog or a bent knee down dog or your child's pose. Hold for 5 and then inhale, bring yourself through to a seated position. What if the push-up isn't possible in the table pose? Well, let's show another variation. So from there, let's pretend we're again in Janu Shirshasana. We've held for 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th exhale, look in. Noah, inhale, look up. That's your opposite movement. Exhale, look in. Imagine you could lift. Inhale, or maybe you can lift your buttocks. Exhale, move back to table. Notice in table, we're stacked. Shoulders, hands, hips, knees. From there, say you can't do this push-up. Just stand tall, plug in your shoulders, and go and watch the shoulder therapy video. And from there, you just stand tall. Then in your next inhale, look up, nose tip gaze for dog. Exhale, downward dog, or a bent knee down dog, or child's pose. Hold for 5. And then on your inhale, come back forward, sit down, and stretch out your legs. Now, what if that's also too much? Well, let's show another variation of a vinyasa. Remember that the aim of vinyasa is to move your spine this way and to move your spine this way with the breath. We unfurl, we furl. As we furl, we really connect to bandha. As we unfurl, we notice that we try to keep the bandha and create length. So that's what we're trying to do in the vinyasa, is to neutralize everything and bring us back to kind of neutrality, samastitihi. So if we can't do that, let's pretend we're in Janu Shirshasana, second side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th exhale, notice how I look in. This is to capture the bandha. Inhale, unfurl, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And inhale, come through to sitting. So I didn't lift my body up, I didn't move backwards and forwards, but what I did do is I created the furling and unfurling action of the spine. Let's show it once more from the first side of Janu Shirshasana. So we exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th exhale, look in. Now inhale, unfurl, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and inhale, come through. And notice my hands as I do it from the side. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th exhale, look in. Now inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Another way you could do it is inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, up dog. My arms are straight but not locked. Exhale, down dog. I bend the elbows. Inhale, jump through. There's no right or wrong, but what's most important is that you honor the breaths between the poses and you honor the action of the vinyasa, which is to furl and unfurl the spine. Remember that when we unfurl, we keep in heart, we try to keep the mula bandha that we've harnessed on the furling action of the exhalation. So what's most important is always honor the vinyasa, even if you have to modify it. And remember, if you're finding the vinyasa is very challenging, you may just have added postures too quickly. So definitely consult with your teacher and remember that yoga is not an accumulation of postures. The practice takes time. The body slowly over time finds the strength and balances out that with the flexibility. Enjoy the journey. If you have questions, feel free to email me. Check out the furl and unfurl video, which will be helpful with this as well as the shoulder therapy video. Namaste. Thank you.